Hello, hello. Yeah, can you hear me now? You hear me now? Hello. Okay. Okay. All right. I think the voice is okay now. Okay. Welcome. Good evening. Welcome to another segment. I said earlier. Okay. So the number is on the screen to join the program. +44 744 9823876. That's the number to call to join the program. It's a WhatsApp number. If you're calling from UK, you can call direct 074. All right. Okay. As well, you can put a comment on the comment section. We'll read them out. Like I said, if you look on the screen, you can see what we're going to discuss this evening. All right. Single mothers cannot raise a child. That's according to what Prophet Uebert Angel said on one of his broadcasts. Okay, so that's what he said. And we're going to debate on it this evening and we're going to like analyze it. We're going to like discuss it. Okay, so maybe we might have a visitor who's going to join us on the screen this evening as well. Okay. All right. I think I have to put the link on the platform so that if you want to join, you can as well. Okay. That's a link to join if you want to join the program as well. Okay. All right. Good evening. Welcome. Let's just jump in straight to what we're going to discuss this evening. All right. Like I said, I don't know where you're watching us from. It's going to be an interesting program. All right. It's going to be an interesting program. Okay. Okay. This is one of those topics that looks like you are attacking women. Okay, especially single mothers. Okay, so you know what I mean? Then hello. Are you okay?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, I'm okay, I'm all right. Okay. You just have to hold on a bit.
No problem.
I'll bring it in a few minutes, okay?
Okay, that's fine.
Just okay, just a few minutes, I'll bring you in. Okay, right. Like I said, this is one of those topics that it looks as if maybe you are attacking women. We are not trying to attack anybody here. Rather, what we want to do, what we do here in Wano, we try to discuss and analyze any issues that many families are having. You understand? There are a lot of issues that families. So here we just raise some topics, we analyze them, we deliberate on them. Understand? So you shouldn't take it personal if you're watching us for the first time or something. Understand? So even if there's anything maybe it's confusing to you, you can put on the comment section or you can call, understand, to voice your opinion. You can call to understand, say whatever that is in your mind. Do you understand what I mean? The only thing that we don't accept is someone cussing. Okay, we don't do that. You understand what I mean? So the reason we are always give opportunity to call on the program and voice your opinion. If you have any disagreement, you can still call and disagree. So understand. So if you take it personal, I don't think it can help. Okay, so what we did, like what I said this evening, we're going to discuss about single mothers. according to what this pastor said, he said that single mothers cannot raise children on their own. You understand? So we're going to ask questions, we're going to analyze them, we're going to like deliberate on it. Are you getting me? We asked a lot of questions here, expecting you to call in and enlighten us on some of the issues or some of them. You are enlightening us. Many people, maybe you've been watching and you know more, you can call and enlighten us. Do you understand? If you cannot call, you just have the option as well to write whatever that you want to say on the comment section. You understand? So we all read them out once it's relating to what we are discussing this evening. Okay. Like I said, once again, good evening. Okay. Before I proceed, or before we go on what we're going to do, please, if you're joining us, okay, I would like you to like share this program on your contact. Share this program, just put it on there. If you're on Facebook, just put it on Facebook. If you're on Twitter, just put it there. You understand? So don't forget to click. If you're joining us on YouTube, click on the subscribe button and notification as well. So that is it. As you're doing so, we say thank you. God bless you. Okay. All right. He said single mothers cannot raise a child, according to what Prophet Uebert Angel said on one of his broadcasts. He used America as his case study. He said that from the statistics of crime figures, over 70% are people who are raised by a single mother. Compare that to people raised by a single father. He said 90% don't go to jail. So because a woman does not have the ability to raise a child alone, she can feed the child, nurture the child, but cannot raise the child. So most of them are troubled in the head. They don't know how to treat a man, and they are always right in what they do. You can't correct. Do you understand what I mean? You cannot correct them. So that was what you said. And then I would like to play the video for you. Then if you can watch it, then that's what we're going to analyze it. Okay, we have a visitor that I will bring into the program. Once I finish playing the video, all of us watch the video, then we start analyzing. Then I'll bring in the visitor, then he can like join us and then analyze it. Okay, just to give me a minute, I would like us to like play the video. Okay.
From the statistics of people who commit crimes, over 70% are people who were raised by a mother only. Guess what now? When the mother is not there and the father is raising, 90% of them don't go to jail. These are statistics on the, listen, this is an American society. 90% of single fathers who raise their child as a father, they don't go to jail. Over 70% of all ladies that raise their children go to hell, go to jail, all of them. 70. And guess what? If they can go there, they are being led to hell. Because a woman has no ability to raise a child. You can feed a child, but you can't raise a child. No, you didn't hear me. That's why your duty is to nurture a child. But you can't raise one. No matter how you lie to yourself that I raised here. No, you never did. That's why most kids that are raised by women are troubled in their heads. They don't know what it is to treat a man. So when they see a man, they want the man to become another woman. So when they get into a society can't even understand them. And they are very right in what they do. They think they know it. But they don't know. They only were raised one person who wasn't raising them, was feeding them. A nurturer. A woman is an incubator. A man is a supplier.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bring in. I'm gonna bring in a visitor this evening. Okay, she's gonna share. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Wano.
Hello, good evening.
Okay, hello, ready. Um, I don't know if you, I don't know if you listened to
I
what
did.
the prophet said.
I
You
did.
did,
I
right?
did. Yeah,
You
I
got
did.
it. All right.
I did.
So that's the base of what we're going to discuss this evening, and like our viewers and followers who are watching us this evening, I would like you guys to, like, if you put a comment section or you just put a comment there, or once the line is open, you can call. Okay, bring your opinion into it, whatever you want to say. If you have a question as well, you can put in there. If you have a disagreement, it's your right to just call and disagree with us, whatever we're discussing. Okay, before I would just love to analyze what he just said a little bit. Okay, he
Okay.
said, according to American statistics, that might, let's just put it this way, that might lend to credence to his statement. According to American statistics, he said 90% of single parents household are headed by women. Okay, this
Okay.
on my own, a little bit of research I did. All right, so he said 63% of suicidal youth are raised by single mothers. 90% of homeless and runaway, that people that run away from home, young youths
Okay.
that run away from
Yeah, yeah.
home, they came from single mother home. All right. Then you go forward. 71% of high school dropouts come from homes with single mothers. 70% of juvenile offenders come from homes with single mothers. Juvenile, all those young adults,
Yeah, yeah.
prison and something like that. They don't go to adult prison, they just go to juvenile prison. Okay, 70% of them. Then 80% of all young people in prison come from homes with single mothers.
Okay.
85% of children with mental health, the same, they came from single mothers. You understand? So, I don't know. You looking at people that have behavioral issues. 85% of them come from single mothers. Then you go forward,
Okay.
80% of children with anger issues, anger problem, are from single mothers' homes as well. Do you understand? So if you're looking at all these statistics, what is that? What are these? What is it that the single mothers are doing wrong? Because all of these stats, if you're looking at the stats, is against them. Have in mind that what we're referring to is what the man said. We are referring to American statistics and American society. You understand?
Okay.
Other countries like UK and other places might be quite different, but we just like analyzing what is happening in America. So majority of them single parents. If you look at all the statistics against them a lot. Do you
Yeah.
understand? So according to studies, single parents are more likely to have negative outcome than children of a two parents family because they have access to fewer social and emotional and economical resources. You understand? These kids are likely to be poor,
Okay.
engage in criminal activities, and abuse drugs.
Yeah.
So everything, majority of all these statistics, everything that you see here is against single mothers. And why? Why is that?
I don't know. I just feel like it's easier to basically tarnish a woman, I would say. Like it's like the society made the woman at a low standard. If you look back in the day, we had to fight for rights. We had
Mhm.
to fight for a lot of things. So it's just right now that women we start getting recognized for what we do. But generally, people don't really, I would say, value women like that. That's why I feel like the statistic is showing that because to me, single mom or single dad is the same thing. A broken home, when you got a broken home, majority of the time you get like the kids grew up in, I would say, they start developing difficult behavior while
Mm.
growing up. The mother there or the dad not there.
All
For
right.
example, I will give an example of myself. I got raised by a single dad, but
Yeah.
I had to, how would you say that? During my teenagehood, I wasn't the perfect child neither. I've touched, like, I started smoking, I've stopped school earlier. So, and it was actually a single dad that was raising me. So you see, it's still the same outcome. But obviously, right now that I'm a mom, I've changed my life around, things like that. But it shows that, obviously, I've never been to prison, but it shows that when the home is broken, it's definitely gonna affect the child in any way. Some kids, they get affected differently than others.
Okay.
So just saying that, oh, if because that's why the video, what he's saying is like, women cannot raise a child, but a man can. So if a man was a single man, basically, and he was raising kids, the kids would have like would have been successful. What does that prove? How, like, why are we basing everything from America? I do believe, like, yeah, I guess probably because America is one of the biggest continent in the world.
America, like if you look at talk at America, America is one. How will I say? America is
Yeah,
the leaders. They are
yeah,
leaders
it's a
of the
strong
free
nation.
world. Okay, the
Yeah,
leaders of the free world. So
okay.
majority
No,
of
I agree.
they're influencing a lot of countries. They're influencing a lot of youth. They're
They
influencing
do, they do.
both celebrities and whatever, music and everything, movies and everything. So I think they are, if you come to social life and everything, America is number one. A lot of people emulating America. So
Yeah,
if you watch our statistics, and that's what he's just saying here is statistics in America. If you come to UK, statistics as well is against women. It's against the single parents.
true.
That's what I mean. But like what you said, he made mention as well that kids that are raised by a single father,
Yeah,
majority of them don't go
that's what
to
he
the prison,
said.
and the rest the majority of them turn out to be good.
Good. Yeah.
You understand what I mean? More than the ones. Okay. And, to be frank, if you just like research it, you find out that is what he was saying was right. It's true what he was saying. You
Okay.
understand? And that's what we're trying to discuss this evening. Why? Why is it that majority of the ones that are raised, both the girls and the boys, that are
I would
raised by
say
single
probably the
parents?
discipline, because obviously for kids to be able to grow up with that, no troubles, I would say behavioral trouble, you would say they need discipline. Us women, we nurturers, so we give the love, we give that emotional part. I guess probably like a man will bring more
Mhm.
that discipline, like more structured. I guess
Yeah.
probably that's why. That's probably
Mhm.
why I feel like men are more successful on raising a child alone than women.
Because men they discipline the kids. Is that what he's saying? Or
Yeah, I'll say because you see, us women, we are very emotional people. So when it comes to our kids, sometimes how would you say, you will I wouldn't say you will give up, but you will just like bend the rules probably for your child, because you want what's best for your kids. You want your baby to be happy, your kids to be happy. But I would say like fathers are a bit different in that sense. I'm not saying they don't give that emotional part, they do, but they know how to stay firm compared to us mom. We tend to like yeah, I would say, for example, me, you see my child, if he gets naughty, like I will be firm. I'll say, oh yeah, you go on timeout. But if you start like, oh, but mommy, please, it will start taking me in more emotional part. So I'll be like, oh, okay, you know what? Next time, don't do this. Come out of timeout. Do you understand? But if it was his dad will say like, no, you stay on timeout, you do your time, and that's it. Doesn't mean that we don't love, but you stay there. Compared
Mhm.
to me, the mom, I'll be more like, oh, just let him come out of, let him come off timer. Look, he's crying. He's saying he's sorry. Once the child gives you the puppy eye, like we're saying,
Mm.
once the child gives you
Yes.
the puppy eye, you kind of fold compared to
Mhm.
men that seems to be very, I would say, like, yeah, stone hearts.
Even men are just firm. When they talk, they just talk with authority, isn't it?
Yeah, there
They
you
talk
go.
with authority, so they will just talk to the child and tell the child straight. They'll be firm and tell the child, okay, don't do that
Yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
Just go to your room or sit down or something. And
Mhm.
eh, especially boys, when they look at that, when they see their dad,
Yeah,
understand, they will
yeah,
know that yes, it's their dad. Unlike the mom, most times, right? It's like that. Most, like what you just said, women, most of them are emotional, isn't it?
yeah,
When they're talking to their kids and all that, the kids will just I use that word manipulate. They
yeah.
manipulate them. They manipulate their mothers a lot. Do you understand what I
That's
mean?
true.
They know how to get them.
That's
You get
true.
me? They know how to get the mothers, and
That's
because of that, most of them from that young age, if they didn't like have that discipline, if they will believe that everything is just how will I say it? They're entitled to anything they want
anything. Yeah,
because he never say no to them.
basically.
You get
Yeah,
me? Yeah, and
that's,
when they get to like teenage age, because at a young age, the mother has been saying yes, yes.
yeah,
So they got that entitlement attitude in them. So when they get to teenage age, you see that they start shouting at the mother. They can no, you can't tell me
yeah,
that. You get me?
yeah.
That's that fear is no more there. That discipline is no more there because from they have that entitlement attitude with them. You get me? Unlike when the
Yeah,
father is there, the father will just say something they said immediately that is finished because they are scared of that. I don't understand. You
yeah.
get me? So I don't know. Let me just open the floor so that people can call if they want to call in and just like join us this evening and then
Of
follow it up.
course.
The line is free. Call one on now on +44 744 982 3876. Call now. The line is free. Hello, the line is open now, so you can call us. The number is on the screen. You can call and join the program. +44 744 982 3876. We are discussing single mothers cannot raise a child. Why? According to what the Prophet Uebert Angel, what he said in the video, and we've already played the video. Understand? So um, he made a mention of a lot of things.
He
Okay, he
did.
said that that children from single parents families are more likely to have a behavioral problem. Okay, well, one of the reasons is because they tend to like I put that before, they tend to like economic and security and adequate time with their parents.
Yeah,
Okay, he
yeah,
said that they are always right.
yeah.
They are
Yeah,
always right, which is I don't know how to say it, and which is I think is one of the basic of everything because like what you said, when they ask their mom something,
yeah,
mom being emotional sometimes you just say to them, okay, take it.
yeah,
They'll get me. They are just like they manipulate their mom and all that. So they use that. Nobody tell them otherwise. So they use that mentality and grow. So whatever you're telling them, that thing they believe is what they believe
yeah.
because they're always right in whatever they want to do. Understand? So I don't know. What do you think about that?
I,
Seriously.
I I agree with you in a sense where like it makes the child not appreciate things. They will believe that basically they are allowed to everything and they are above anyone because mom made them believe that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you get always scared, because that's what you said at some point, like, the dad gives the feelings of being scared. Sometimes he pushes kids to go and do things behind the back. Do you understand? So I feel like any broken home
Mm.
you will get problems. But once you get that balance where mommy can, sometimes cheat and be like, oh, come, 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 let's go there. Because, the dad is very firm. I feel like, yeah, every kid just need a balance, basically. That's what it is. Once you don't get that balance, things crumbles.
Yeah,
Because
what
that, even if
how
you
do you mean by
have that,
the
even
balance
if
is
you
in
have,
then
pardon?
what do you mean by the balance? I don't understand.
the balance, because you see earlier when we was talking, I said to you like women, we give that emotional part, so we get emotional sometimes, so we will bend rules for the kids sometimes,
Okay.
not all the time but sometimes. And you agreed with me and you said that obviously the dad now brings we agreed that the dad brings that part that's very structured and firm, in sense of like,
Bring the discipline and
yeah,
authority
the
to the
discipline. So obviously because they're the disciplinarian, the kids are being scared of them. And that's why I'm saying like you need a balance, because if your kids is always scared of you, your kids will start doing things behind your back. That's what usually resorts to, because you can't be, if your kids too scared of you, that's the thing, they start going behind the back, and then that's where you don't know what's going on, so you can't really control or support them in the decision that they will make. You understand? But if they get that balance, at least if they're scared of daddy, they can come to mommy and say, oh, mommy, look what happened. I was with my friend. This is what happened. Da, 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 da. And then at least the mom can say like, oh, you know what? Since you're a boy, if he's a boy, or since you're a boy, talk to your dad about it. Or I will speak to your dad to come and speak to you, because this is not really my area, or things like that. Do you understand? You definitely need the balance, because if you don't get that balance, the child doesn't really know. It would just be, how would you say, when you just leave him in the how you call it, in the nature, and they're just learning on their own. Yeah, basically that's how it will look like to me. That's what I believe. To me, if he's broken, if a child is grow up in a broken home, then that definitely I agree, because I work in mental health hospital, and majority of the patient that I've got, I work here in England, majority of the patient I've got do come from broken home. That's
come
true.
from a single parent
From
family home.
single parent. For example, currently I've got two patients that are transgender, and both of them are coming from single mothers.
Okay.
So I agree, but you still need that balance, because I had certain patients that got raised by their dad, but they got so scared by their dad that they started going in the street and doing whatever they wanted to do, and now they ended up in the hospital for drug abuse, or for rape, or things like that, because they went in the nature and do whatever they wanted to do, and come back home and being quiet, not saying anything to daddy, because that daddy will tell you off, or daddy will take your phone away, or probably daddy will discipline you. So
Yeah. So
I would say, yeah.
yeah. I understand where you're coming from when you said about the balance. Okay. So it's good to have both fathers. It's good father and mother in the home. So both of them, they have their role they play in raising the kids. Understand? Because if you even when I watched that on the TikTok, a lot of if you go to the comment section, because I like reading most of the comments when people like putting the
Yeah, I
comment.
do as well. Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to the comment section, you find out that let me just put it straight away. Many women, they were offended. They were saying a lot of things. You know what I mean? Especially those that are single, they're getting upset. They're saying a lot of
Yeah.
things. Okay, say that there are a lot of single parents that are raised good and respectable,
Yeah,
successful children.
that's true.
Do you understand what I mean? A lot of them. If you look at Kevin Hart, some other celebrities, there are some of them that came from a single parent home. You get me?
Yeah.
And
Like LeBron James
yeah,
mom.
mhm.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And they strive to become whatever they become. You understand? But those are exceptions. If you go to prison,
Yeah.
no, I'm telling you,
No,
if you
yeah,
go to
okay.
prison, a lot of them, many,
That's true.
even they, some of them, if you look at them, they have that anger issues. They're always upset. They're always angry. Do you understand? They can't control because I don't know why they're angry. They're always so much angry. There's this anger inside of them that you be
Well,
wondering
I
why are
would
you guys
say
always angry?
like the reason why they're angry, I will base from what I've known, and for example, conversation that I had with certain patient at work. The anger comes from going to school, watching other people, when you've got friends and they've got their parents together,
Mm.
or probably seeing one of the parent moving on and getting another family, and you're not part of it because your mom has or your dad hasn't been the one that was chosen. So that's where the anger start coming, the rejection, the abandonment.
Mm.
I would say that's where it comes from, because you do have some people that get divorced,
Mhm.
but because their co-parenting is so good,
Mhm.
the kids cannot play neither of the parents, even though they're not together.
Yeah.
You know, because the communication is very good. But once the communication is not there, like it's really broken, I feel like the feeling of abandonment,
Mhm.
a rejection
Mhm.
from one of your parents,
Mhm.
give the result of you being upset. You start being upset of everything. You think that no one likes you. You start like so when now you found you found it difficult to socialize. There you go. And that's when now the mental health take place,
Take a
because
place.
when
Yeah.
now you started struggling to basically socialize, then you're gonna get into depression.
Mm.
If it's not depression, then you get into drug abuse,
Mm.
and then drug abuse is just making the mental even worse. And then you have people that end up committing crime, or you've got people that try to kill themselves.
Yeah.
So either way, basically that's what it results to.
So like people, if there's a divorce or maybe there's a separation or maybe because there are a lot of ways women can become single. Okay, they can.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So maybe the
yeah, of
the
course.
husband died or the the man just left
Yeah,
something anyhow. Yes, okay, the child sometimes they when they lack that mother's love, because there are some women they get angry, and when they're angry because the man left them, then they take the anger, they transfer the anger to the
and to
child.
the child.
So
Yeah,
the child will not receive that love anymore from the mother,
yeah,
and she will be like
yeah,
anytime she sees the child, and then you understand. And there are some women there as well,
exactly.
they're abusing drugs, they are
Yeah,
drug abuse and something like that. So
of course, of
you
course.
know,
But
so
that's why,
mhm,
like, it gets back as well to what I was saying, what you just said. You see, when the kids feel rejected by dad already left,
mm,
and now mommy is upset with me because I look so much like daddy,
mm,
or because daddy left, mom is so upset with me like it's my fault.
mm,
So you see that feeling of rejection, not being loved,
mm,
abandonment, especially coming from the people who brought you to this earth,
mhm,
is painful for the kids. You can't ask children, that especially when they go through these type of things from a young age,
mm,
it's hard for them to cope. There's unless they get an explanation from both of the parents, they will just make up the reasons why, or is it my fault, or what have I done, or why daddy doesn't love me anymore, or mommy doesn't love me anymore. Even when someone dies, they
mm,
will feel like, oh my god, like, did God decided to take mommy because I've been bad?
mm.
The kids started thinking, overthinking. But when they're probably adult or adolescent, sometimes they actually do overthink as well. But you've got some adolescent that will actually be outspoken, in a sense where, like, they will go and see the parent and ask, like, what happened?
Mm.
Why you and mommy are not together? Or why you and daddy are not together?
But
Asking
some
question.
of them they think that it's because of them that the man their dad left,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
They will feel guilt.
they
It's
feel
a
guilty.
sense
Yeah.
of guilt.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So when they feel like that, it just leads to a lot of things. When you start feeling guilty, you just feel like, I had patient, for example, they kept saying like, oh, this is my fault that it happened. I'm just bad. That's what it is.
Mm.
So don't stay next to me because I'm gonna hurt you.
Yeah.
So they just I would say, like, just hurt people thinking because that's the way they are. I'm bad.
Mm.
I destroyed my family, so now everything that's around me or that I touch,
Mm.
I'm bad.
Okay.
You
All
know.
right. Okay. All right. So just take a minute before we continue. I will just there's people that are celebrating their birthday today. So you always like
Oh,
remember
good.
people that celebrate a birthday. Okay.
Of
So
course.
before I forget, normally it's almost time. So let me just take a minute to. Okay. We have we have Prince Emna. We have Kechuku Chinaza and Ezine Jane. These are people celebrating the birthday today, and some the birthday was yesterday. All right, guys. Happy birthday. I wish you guys all the love. I wish you whatever you wish yourself, and I know that I hope that you're going to celebrate your birthday in a big way. Okay, from one or we normally give you what do you call it? We have a jingle for you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, guys. Like I said, make sure you celebrate your birthday. Okay. All right. We gotta crack on. Wow, and bring her back. Okay. Okay. Guys, the line is open. You can just call and join us. If you have anything you want to contribute to the program, just go on. Okay. You can still put a comment on the comment section if you want to. If you cannot call, you just want to put a comment, no problem. Read them out. But you can call. The number is on the screen. Call us and let me know what is your opinion on this. Okay. We're discussing single mothers cannot raise a child. Why? According to what the prophet said. I think I'm tempting. I don't know if I can play the video again one more time for people that are just joining us now. If they can just like listen to the video just one more time. You understand? So
Yeah.
okay. So cool. Okay, just try play the video.
From the statistics of people who commit crimes, over 70% are people who were raised by a mother only. Guess what now? When the mother is not there and the father is raising, 90% of them don't go to jail. These are statistics on the, listen, this is an American society. 90% of single fathers who raise their child as a father, they don't go to jail. Over 70% of all ladies that raise their children go to hell, go to jail, all of them. 70. And guess what? And guess what? If they can go there, they are being led to hell. Because a woman has no ability to raise a child. You can feed the child, but you can't raise a child. No, you didn't hear me. That's why your duty is to nurture a child. But you can't raise one. No matter how you lie to yourself that I raised here. No, you never did. That's why most kids that are raised by women are troubled in their heads. They don't know what it is to treat a man. So when they see a man, they want the man to become another woman. So when they get into a society can't even understand them. And they are very right in what they do. They think they know it. But they don't know. They don't know. They only were raised one person wasn't raising them, was feeding them. A nurturer. A woman is an incubator. A man is a supplier.
Hey. That's a lot. There's a lot of you made a lot of points. Okay, someone trying to get close, like, trying to call us online. Okay. A lot. It made it touched a lot of things here. Okay, I don't know.
It is.
It touched a lot of things. All right. What I wanted to I wanted to highlight on why they're always right. Why they're always there. they always right, because no matter, I don't know, I think, like what you said earlier, you said that maybe they are spoiled when they anything they ask for, they get it. And they always, because maybe they have only one opinion. Understand?
Yeah.
It's only one, whatever my mom says. Do you understand? So, and most times, mother's love is different from father's love. And mother will just
It
like
is.
try to please. They most times they try to please their kids, not to make them
Mm-hmm.
angry, and with the fear of them not leaving, going to their father. Sometimes it happens like that. So
Yeah.
they want to keep hold of that child, and because of that, whatever the child asks for, they will give to the child.
You give. Yeah.
No, no, they don't, they don't caution the child. They don't do much about it. Hello, good evening, welcome. Yeah, hello, good.
Evening. So, Johnson calling from Nigeria.
Hello, Johnson, welcome.
Yeah, can you hear?
I
Can you hear me?
can hear you loud and clear.
Okay. Yeah, I want an interesting topic which you present this evening. So, my contribution goes like this.
Okay,
We are asking if a single mother can
can raise a
can't
child.
train
Yeah.
up a child.
Mm.
Yeah, can raise a child. Yeah, to me, I may say they can, but there is a clause in it because in the beginning, God created man and a woman and He put them together. So, in a home, when single person raise up a child, something is lacking.
Okay.
Understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's not complete.
Mm-hmm.
That means the person is not fulfilled the
I have an issue with the connection. Okay.
But you just said what I said basically. Once you miss one person,
Mm.
either the mom or the dad, the child will miss something anyway.
Always they have a negative impact. Always have negative
Yeah,
impact on the child, isn't
of
it?
course, of course, it does.
When the child is being raised for one person,
Yeah.
understand, because they need both the love of the father and the love
They
of.
need you need both. That's why, like I was saying, the balance.
Mm.
When I said the balance earlier, you need the balance. Without the balance, is hard to cope.
Yeah.
It's very hard to cope. So yeah, you need both parent no matter what.
Yeah. Still have network issues. Okay. The most times when they, I don't know, there's an influence men normally have in the home. I'm not, when you're talking about men, we're talking about, it's not every man, it's not every person that you call men. You cannot call like a father or something. There are some good people that are good fathers, because there are some fathers that will come and they commit a lot of crime. The the influence they will have on their child is going to be negative. It's going to be very, very bad. Do you understand?
Of
We are
course,
referring to
of course.
good parents, good fathers.
Yeah,
It's not like someone that pregnant a woman. If a pregnant a woman does not mean that you're going to be a good father. You get
good
me?
father. Yeah,
We're referring to good father, role models, people that want to raise their kids in a right way. You understand? People
mm-hmm.
that want to raise the kids that will become something in the society. You understand?
Yeah,
So people that will influence their children in a good way, in a
yeah,
positive way. Those are the people we're
yeah.
referring to. It's not every man. It's not everybody that we just have to, like I
Of
say, that is
course,
a father.
not
You know, get what I mean?
definitely.
So they have that they have positive impact they normally like bring to the home when the father is there. You understand? The
Yeah,
influence they have on their children is quite different. You get me?
yeah,
You said about the balance, when they have the balance, mom and dad.
yeah.
Yeah, balance. That does not mean there are some families you go as well. They have the mom and dad, but their children will come. They turn out to become the worst based
That's
on how
true.
both parents, maybe they are not in agreement.
Of course,
Because
yeah,
for two of you to be, how will I say, it has to be in agreement.
In agreement, yeah.
for you to
That's like I
raise
said
to raise a
earlier.
child.
Like, yeah, you remember, like I said earlier, I gave the example of people are divorced, but because they communicating is good, the communication is good, their co-parenting is good,
Their
the
relationship,
children
yes.
didn't turn out to be, yeah,
Mm,
the child didn't end up turning out bad.
mm.
You know, the child ended up good, going to uni, doing everything, getting married as well. You know, like I would say, it depends on the dynamic between the father and the mother. That would
Of
define how the
the
child's gonna
relationship they
turn
have.
out.
Okay,
Yeah,
when they put their children first and put them
basically.
and put their own egos and everything behind and
Yeah,
focus on
on the
raising their
side. Yeah,
children. You understand? So that's
yeah.
yeah, it turns out that because I know some families that yes, both father and mother they are present, but their kids are nothing to write home about. They are, I mean,
I know.
some of they are very they are worse, like I don't know, whatever. Do you understand? And there are some
Worse than the
families,
one
there are
that's
some
single.
there are some single mothers that are that raise exceptional. I'm talking about
Yeah.
exceptional kids. Okay. Your
Hello.
yeah,
Yeah,
your line was cutting
Yeah.
network issues.
Yeah. Network was bad, man. Let me just go straight to the point now. I can hear you.
Okay.
So kids raised from single parents family are more likely to face emotional and behavior health challenges. Understand?
Mm,
They are likely aggressive and anger in high risk behavior
okay.
when compared when compared with the two raised by the marriage parents.
Mm.
Understand?
About two
In
parents.
a
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
home, men or fathers have their role to play in a family, and also women have their own role, or mothers have their own role to play in a family. So in a family, when the two roles are not complete, when one is lacking,
Mm,
that means it's incomplete. Understand?
mm.
It's incomplete. So, like what I was reading in a research,
It's gone. They always have a connection problem
yeah. The connection is bad, you know.
in Africa. Okay. So it was that just saying that what you just said at the beginning, that once there's balance in the home, okay, there's the mom and dad, the the impact they have on the kids, it's gonna be positive. All right. But
Yeah,
what we were saying before, we said that it depends on the relationship they both parents have. Okay, there are some families that you go to, there is a single mother. She will raise her
yeah.
kids. She will raise her
But
kids to the extent that you will never even know that she's the only one that
she's
raised those
alone.
kids. Do you
Yeah,
understand? It depends.
yeah,
You understand what I mean? But in most cases, if you look or if you very just like if you get into that family, you find out that they normally have a role model. It's either they have an uncle, they have an uncle, they have someone that always present. Do you understand?
yeah,
It might not be the
yeah,
husband of the woman, but they
yeah,
always have someone, they have a male role model in their family
yeah,
that support the woman to make sure that those kids are in check, that they know what they're doing. You understand? Because
yeah,
to be frank with you, we all have parents, we have mothers. We know how mothers do.
yeah,
You understand? Mothers, they tends to always try to in a situation, maybe they try to please their kids. They just try to make them happy. You understand what I
yeah.
mean?
Of course,
You understand?
of
So
course.
it's quite like, so that aspect of authority and discipline sometimes is difficult for them to sustain it. They might start at the beginning, but at the long run, they normally that they cannot sustain it. Once those children start growing to teenage age, they don't. Especially the even some of the women, there are some of their daughters, some of them are even worse than their male male um male child. I mean their sons. Some daughters are
Mhm.
some of them, you see them, the way they talk to their mothers, you'll be like, why are you talking to your mom like that? Do you
Yeah,
understand what I mean? Because they're angry. They always like they're looking at their mom as a, I don't know, competitor.
Okay, yeah, I get what you mean.
Do you understand what I mean?
I get.
They're looking at the
Yeah,
mom as a competitor because what I want to say now, maybe but people might not like what I'm going to say, but I'm going to say it because you know when a woman, when a girl, a single
mhm,
mother has a girl,
mhm,
he has a daughter,
mhm,
and the daughter grew up
mhm.
to the stage that she
Okay,
become a teenager or become an adult. She
okay,
she as well is in a competition with the mom because the
yeah,
mom is single, she is
yeah,
single, right?
yeah,
Any male that came into that house,
yeah.
there's always a tension.
Okay, I get what you
Do
mean.
you understand what I'm going?
I get
Yeah,
it. Yeah, no.
any male that comes to that house, there's always a tension.
Mhm.
So that means
Yeah.
both of them are in competition
Okay.
against each other.
I get what you mean. You know why I'm laughing? Because I studied psychology at uni, and there's one of the founders of psychology who had a bit of the same theory.
Mm.
They said for a woman to basically grow up as a woman, she needs to feel some kind of way attracted by her dad. So by the opposite sex, so she can grow up and stay a woman.
Mm.
And men needs to be attracted by their mom
Okay.
somehow. Yeah. When you hear this theory, it sounds a bit crazy, but if you look at it overly, you actually realize that it does make sense. So is basically what you're saying is the same thing. So she's in competition
With
with
the
her
mom.
mom,
Yeah,
yeah, to get that male
that
attention,
is it. She's in competition with the mom.
wherever it's coming
Everywhere
from.
where coming from. So
Yeah, that's why you see girls are always daddy's girl and boys are mommy's boy. Do you understand?
yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
Yeah. So
but then
some of them, you see them,
yeah,
the way they're aggressive to their mom, the way they behave, the way they are talk to their
yeah,
mom and
some of them,
everything.
yeah,
You
they
understand
are.
what I mean? So because
Yeah,
they are in competition with their mom. You get me? Understand? The same.
yeah, yeah,
This is what you're saying. But what like you said that 90% of children raised by single dad, they turn out,
yeah,
they don't go to jail. Okay, and
yeah.
the reason is that because the dads they have that, I don't know, they have that authority. What I'm saying by authority, they're always there. They put, I don't know, I'm gonna say they put children first. You get me? Women most times
I'll
they,
say that, yeah, a disciplinarian.
it's not only a discipline. They'll make sure that they put their kids first. And what I mean by putting kids
Of
first,
course.
as a mother, you will love your child. Yeah, you love your child. But
Mhm.
mothers always tends to put themselves first before their kids.
How?
I'll explain to you.
How? Okay, explain to me.
Listen, when sometimes you see women, yeah,
Yeah.
they focus mostly. If you want, they focus on what makes them happy. Okay, they focus on what
Okay.
makes them happy. Their happiness
Okay.
is paramount to whatever they want to do, emotionally,
Okay.
physically, everything. You can see
Okay.
some of them, they will just like, for example, they will, how will I say, they don't care, they don't mind taking their kids and leaving them somewhere and and just leave.
Yeah. But okay, yeah,
I'm
carry
just
on.
trying to let you know that they put
Yeah, yeah.
themselves first. They put their happiness first in anything they want to
Okay.
do.
Yeah.
Paramount, anything they want to do. So emotionally, attach those are emotional attachment. Okay, you, the children most times they lack it because they don't really have. That's why if you say what he said there, he said they nurture their kids. They don't
Yeah.
raise them. When you nurture something, it's quite different from raising something. I don't know how to say.
Okay, so
I'm trying to
explain
get.
to me what's the difference then within nurturing and raising?
Okay, if you're nurturing a child,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
okay, as a mother, the
Yeah.
mother will make sure that she cook food. prepare the food, make sure the child eats. You understand? Or
Okay.
not everything, make sure that the child is okay. Okay.
Okay.
But in the mental aspect of it, to raise a child, to give that child that mental strength, they don't have it. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if you understand what I mean. They don't have that mental strength. That's the reason why you find out most times the children, they have they always have behavioral issues because the mental strength, when you talk about the emotional aspect of it, because mothers are always
Yeah.
emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whatever they do emotions. They
Yeah.
deal with emotions. That's
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
So a child, when they're supposed to discipline or when they're supposed to like caution a child,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes they get scared of making that child to be upset. So
Okay.
in that aspect, you find out that the child, you see that some of the children, you see them, they've been exhibiting tantrums. Even if you
Yeah.
go to the shop, the
Yeah. Yeah.
kids, they will just be messing about everywhere.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. They'll be watching the child.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of some of them even crying.
Mm-hmm.
The child is messing about, throwing things on the floor,
Yeah.
flying on the floor, picking on the stuff. The mom will just
Mm-hmm.
watching them. She don't know what to do because
Mm-hmm.
mentally she's only blank. She don't know what it is because the only thing she feels is the emotions and she's crying.
Okay. I would say
You
this
understand?
country refused for us to slap our kids. So
No, no, no.
some of them don't want to
It's
slap.
not about it's not about beating the
Some of
child or
them don't
something.
want to do any discipline because in this country, once you start shaking your kid, they're called social. So what do you want us to do? Explain to me. Because some of the
Oh,
mothers, I do believe, I agree with you on that sense. Like, I get what you mean, but sometimes some of them that actually wants to discipline, they feel like their hands is tight because of the laws, the new
mhm,
laws that have been put into place. For example, just like she gave the example of outside. You see, outside, yeah, once you throw, for example, I'll just give an example, yeah. Um, Kids, especially in England, kids are considered like a special prize. You see, when your child is born, they don't call them Mr. or Mrs. They call them what's the name again that they gave to me? Lord, or something like that. That they give to the kids. Because I remember receiving the letter for my child. It wasn't Mr. at the beginning. It's another name. So they're they're really trying to supposedly trying to protect the kids. But I feel like they're overbearing the kids. They're overprotecting the kids because if you look at in England, yeah, you can't do nothing to your child. Once you raise your voice, it is abuse. Once you try to say, oh, you're gonna go on to, oh, I'm removing this, it is abuse. I'm gonna give an example. I used to do interpreting, and I went to court to interpret for a lady, a Congolese lady, and the reason why I interpreted for her is because she was trying to get her kids back. Social took her kids because the kids went to complain to social that the mom doesn't want to buy them iPads. Mom said, there's a lot of kids. I don't have enough money to go and buy iPad. They said, oh, government is giving you money, this child benefits, so you need to buy iPad for it. So, but it's not enough. You still need to fit this one and that one. If that one asks for iPad, the iPad will cost at least £300. Free iPad is almost like £900 that's already gone. You guys are not giving me £900. Like, took the kids away. So, sometimes certain moms feels like their hands is tight. You can't do much because there's all these laws that's been put in place. And but I will say even dads feels like they can't do much nowadays because your hands is tight. You know, if you go to the shop and you try to slap your child or you try grab your child a certain way to say stop, they will say, "Oh, it's been abused." The next thing that you will see police come in because someone went and report you to social to say like, "Oh, you abused your kids." So like I agree with you in a certain way, but I feel some of them that actually doing a good job to trying to raise the kids the right way, their hands is tight.
yeah, I know, but I, if it doesn't really start one day, it
Of
doesn't
course.
start one day. It didn't start one day because, like at the beginning, when the child when they are little, when they were
Yeah.
still minor, the mom always make, like I said to you, they try to make them happy. They try to
Yeah.
like please them. So they grow with that entitlement. They have that mentality of entitlement. Whatever they want, that's what they get. Okay.
Yeah.
So when they get into those starting age, 11, 12, 13, they already know how to manipulate. They know that when they start crying or shouting, screaming, the mom will go no like, okay, 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 I'll give it to you. You understand? Because from childhood, they already know that. You see,
Yeah.
some of the kids, like I said to you, they will fall on, they go on the floor, screaming, shouting. If you watch them, you will not see any tear. You know nothing. They will not cry. Not you will not see any like nothing.
I know.
They
Yeah.
are looking at their mom because they know she's gonna panic. Do you
Hmm.
understand?
Yeah.
And do whatever they want to do. So all those things is manipulation. They already know from childhood how to manipulate. So when they
Yeah.
get to teenage age, what do you think is gonna happen?
Of course, you're gonna
Now
be.
they graduated. They graduated
Yeah, you're
big
gonna have
time. So
behavioral problems. But I
yeah,
feel like
they
that
start
does
happening.
the same thing as well. Because me, I used to look at my dad, especially when my sister would do my hair. I no tease, and I look at daddy just like this. And then dad's like, "Oh, leave her, leave her, leave her, leave her alone. Come, my princess. Come." It's I would say, but I agree with what you're saying with this manipulation thing. Kids are very smart, so which parent they feel that they can manipulate, they would just go for it. For
That's
me,
the
for
way.
example,
That's
my dad was the one. I knew how to manipulate my dad because I know that because I was the youngest one, my dad had the soft spot for me. So if I cry, if I scream, or if I throw something because I'm upset, straight away that daddy will be like, "Huh, what's going on? Who done you wrong? Who slapped you? Who hurt you? What happened? What do you want?" So yeah, or if I wanted McDonald's, I knew what to do. you know. So yeah, I feel like yeah, kids are smart. So they
very
just
smart. And
yeah, very
if they
smart.
don't start, if we don't put the authority from the beginning, day one, it's gonna be difficult because
Of course,
they know, already know that you can't do nothing. You
that's
understand? And if you find out that some even maybe I'm gonna have to discuss that later in the future. There are some women now, their kids, they're beating them up at home.
all
They
true.
are they
That's
are
true.
beating them up they're
That's
beating them up
true.
big time. You understand? If they wanted sneakers, they would tell their mom, I want the sneakers and I want it now. Give me your
Mhm.
credit card or give me your card, give me your debit
Yeah.
card. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
They will take their parents' credit card or debit card and go to the shop and buy whatever they want to buy and come back because she cannot say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Because right from childhood, when they were small to that age,
Mm-hmm.
they already have that entitlement.
Yeah.
They already have that entitlement. Do you get me?
That's true.
So you see
But
them, they're beating
sometimes
their
it
moms up.
results, sorry to
Yeah.
cut you, but sometimes it results to them seeing the dad doing it before he left.
When there's domestic violence, isn't it? When the
Domestic
domestic violence.
violence, that's one thing that gets the kids to start thinking that they can put their hands on their mom because daddy used to do it. So it's normal, you know? So I would say like, yeah, it depends on the dynamic in the house, to be honest. From yeah, but you're definitely right. From childhood, whatever the dynamic was will lead to troubled teenager and sometimes leads to sick adult. I'm sorry to say that, but this is what it is. When you have mental health, you are sick. So once you are a troubled teenager, you become a sick adult. Because I've got a lot of my patients. Me, I work in the mental health unit, and I only care for patients from 18 above. So sometimes I get women that are grandmothers, but they are so sick because of what they've been through in the past.
The
Yes, they
trauma they
had
had when they're
children.
young. Mm.
Yes, even though they had children and stuff like that, but their heads didn't cope too well. After having all these children, the heads goes off and they come to our hospital. Or sometimes you have some of them that don't even have the time to have children, but they come to us. Or the one that just was teenager, they were troubled teenager, and they were as soon as they turn 18, they come to us. So it's just yeah. That's whatever happened in childhood. And you will see majority of them, they will tell you they got raped when they were young. Granddad was touching me inappropriately, dad was touching me inappropriately, or my mom used to go through domestic violence, or my dad used to go through domestic violence, or my dad was a drug dealer, things like that. My dad was going in and out of prison. My mom used to go and steal in shoplifting. You get a lot of these things, but what they experiment in the past basically reflects how they're going to
Yeah,
be in the
as
future.
they go in the future.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I'm gonna like I'm gonna I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much as we come into
No problem.
the end of the program. Okay. So I really appreciate you
Fine.
coming in.
Thank
Okay.
you for having
And
me.
thank you. I get your your view as a mother. Okay. Is so I really appreciate that. Okay.
Thank you.
And then don't forget to come again. Understand?
I, I will. I will. I will. I
Okay.
will.
All right.
Definitely.
Thank you. And
Thank you.
good evening. All right.
Good
Bye.
evening. Bye.
Okay. No, guys. We're coming to the end of our program. Okay. We are really like highlight on what the pastor said. All right. There are some family like let me just round up what we just discussed this evening. In the single mothers. All right. There are some single mothers that are they raise their kids in a right way. Okay. They know what they want and they put their children first to try to raise them in the right way. You understand what I mean? While there are some of them, they have that guilt and they have that anger inside of them. Maybe the man left them or something happens that they start mentally they cannot cope. So as they cannot cope, they transfer that anger to their kids. Understand? Even some of them they start abusing those children when they're young and everything. And there are some of them they don't have that mental strength. They cannot have authority over their kids. So the children take advantage of that and manipulate them and start behaving any way the way they are. And they see those children, they can go out anytime they want and come back. Some of them they finish school, they can come home. So they start joining gangs and start being misbehaving. You understand what I mean? Because the mom cannot control, the mom cannot like talk to them, the mom cannot like, have authority over them. Now there's no discipline because she cannot. Mentally, she cannot give it. You understand what I mean? So why there are some of them, maybe their husband died, they lost their husband along the way. So, but because of that, they have no option than to raise their kids alone. You understand? And you find out that sometimes the children, because they know that they lost their dad, because of losing their dad, they will try their best, everything possible to make sure that their mom will not go through stress or suffer. So because of that, what they do, they will excel in most of things that they do. They will excel. They will try to bring, they will not like to bring any disrespect to their family. You see them, they excel. There are some of them too. Do you understand? They came from a single mother home. You get me? But personally, they want to excel. You understand? But the whole thing is that statistically, based on what is really, if you look at statistics, you cannot deny statistics. You understand? All the statistics is against single mothers. And there's the reason why for that. You get me? Every home need that balance, like what the lady that joined us this evening said. You need a balance. You need the love of a father. You need the love of the mother. You live it. Once there's a balance in the home and there's a relationship and they agree together to raise their kids and put their kids first, whatever they are doing, and focus on raising the kids and bring that balance to the home, you find out that those kids will grow to become whatever they want to become. You understand? So the father, they need the father love. They need the mother love. You understand? So they look at their father as a role model. They look at their father as someone that they can bring that authority in that house. Why the mother will be someone that will nurture them. She will be the one that makes sure that the home, that house become a home and something like that. You get me? So in at the end of the day, some people don't make themselves single. So women don't make themselves single. Sometimes it happens based on circumstances. But when someone find himself or find herself in that situation, they will try the best to make sure at least they have some people, good people around them that will help them out. Have good people around them that will help them out because you cannot do it alone. You understand? So, like I said, if you come to Wano, in Wano here we discuss about family issues. We are not here to judge anyone. We are not here to try to make you feel bad or something. We learn from each other. We're here for us to be better. We're trying to be better in every area of our lives. We're trying to be better. Raise good and wonderful children. You understand? That's what I'm here doing. Okay. And I will appreciate you guys as well, those that are staying with us to this time. I say thank you guys. Do you understand me? And the lady that joined us, really thank you for coming this evening. Okay, we'll carry on next week, Friday, the same. Okay, if you have any issue or have topics, maybe you think that you want us to highlight or want us to talk about, you can just send it to me on email or send it to my WhatsApp, and just you can call me as well. Let me know on the number that is on the screen. Just send it on the WhatsApp and say, please, Bevins, can you discuss on this? Just discuss on this. Can you highlight on this? If you have a story as well, then maybe you're thinking that you need enlightenment on, you can just put it there. I can put it out in the program like this so people can give their own opinion, give their own idea or something like that. Okay, that is really what we're doing here. Okay, it's not about me, it's all about every one of us. Understand? So if you're with us to this time, I say thank you, and make sure that you enjoy your weekend. Okay, and be safe out there. Okay, I'll see you on next week, Friday, if God tarries. Stand there.